What up, y'all? It's your man Abuamerican back with a mining video. So I got a whole stack of these, and Aorus Gigabyte RX 5700 XTs. As you can see, they're slightly different than the what were these? These Asus ones. And I have to say, guys, I'm highly impressed with these things. They're significantly better than the Asus cards. So I'm going to have to say I don't recommend these. I'll tell you why in a minute here. But first off, as you can see, I'm on the motherboard here directly with one of these cards. And this one's up on the shelf where it's supposed to be. I will be doing a review over this power supply. But right now, let me just tell you guys this. It says it's 90 plus gold. But one of the biggest differences that I already see right now with this thing is unlike the EVGA, it doesn't have the eco switch on it. The EVGA has an eco switch on it. So that means when the power supply is under, low load, the fan will shut off or run at a lower speed. This thing just runs constantly, like non-stop. I think it's actually running faster now that I got stuff hooked up to it. But whatever. Guys, these cards right here, they don't have better cooling than the Asus. Everybody said these things were like, ultra hot and all that type of stuff. But what I'm finding is these actually run at about the same temperature. But what they do is that they run at lower wattage. Now, these run on two 8-pin power supplies. These run on an 8 and a 6-pin. Nonetheless, at 55 mega hash, these are running at roughly, the lowest is running 116 watts, the highest is running 120 watts. These right now, I've done basic overclocks. I haven't done anything. These are unmodded also. And I'm going to get into unmodding and why, modding and why that's important in a second. But unmodded, no modifications, no BIOS modding, anything. And they're running at 52 mega hash, about 52.5 mega hash at 100 watts. So it variates, it fluctuates between 100 to 103 watts, depending on temperature, because that wattage up and down, that what's it called, variance, is in the temperature. When it starts getting warm again, the fans speed up, and as you can hear, they're quite loud. And then when it starts cooling down again, the wattage drops down. So now on to the BIOS and why that was important. So I tried the BIOS mod these things. So that I could run them as low power as possible, which turns out is probably not even necessary. And what happened was, this thing has a dual BIOS. Now these are Gigabyte cards. Gigabyte cards I did not know have a dual BIOS. And I don't know if you can see it right, where's that thing? A little mini switch right there. And that's a switch that lets you switch between two different BIOSes. So maybe you're running like a gaming computer, and then you're running a mining computer, like I am, and you want to switch between the BIOS so that you can do two different things with one card. This has a dual BIOS. I modded the BIOS and it completely bricked the card. The card would not do anything. And not only that, when I plugged it into the system over the PCI slots, or I plugged it directly in like this one, and I'm going to get why this is plugged in also. I'm going to get to that in a second, because it's really tough getting GPU risers. I'll just tell you now, in case you don't want to stick around for this. So what happened was, the system wouldn't turn on. I mean, the keyboard wouldn't turn on, the monitor wouldn't turn on. The only thing that would turn on is the fan. I couldn't get the BIOS, nothing. And so basically the card was bricked. And I was packing them up and getting ready to send them back. And I went online, I was like, let me get some help and see what I can find out. And guys told me, hey, these Gigabyte cards, they're real touchy with modding the BIOS. They have dual BIOS. Just flip the switch, load the untouched BIOS, then flip it back over when it's on, and then reflash the original BIOS back onto the card. I did that, it worked. I was freaking out because these things don't come cheap, guys. These things, they're not free. So, so right now I'm running on unmodded BIOSes, and they're running unmodded at better efficiency in terms of power usage than these things are. And if I can get these up to 55 mega hash, guaranteed they're still going to be running at lower wattage than these. Unmodded. It's just ridiculous. So, in retrospect, in hindsight, had I known, I would have probably just ran with these all across the board and gotten rid of these. I might even just sell all of these down here and then just replace them with these, since they run it what is that? This is roughly 10% more efficient than these down here. Is that 10%? I think it's about 10% more efficient. So, I mean, hey, 10% is 10%. But with the price of Ethereum going up the way it is, you know, I really don't care. You know, I just don't. It's true. You know, when I started mining, Ethereum was around $300 and something. Now it's at 700. But my costs haven't gone up, but my profits have. So, you know, let's 10K, guys. Let's go. So anyway, GPU risers. This is why I don't have the rest of my cards hooked up. I have more cards, but I can't hook them up because GPU risers are in high demand. I have 32 GPU risers from different companies, locations, all on order, and they're still not here. It's been 2 months, guys. 2 months. I'm getting GPUs. I pre-ordered these. These were manufactured and then sent to me, and I got 4 more on pre-order. And I'm gonna tell you a nice little trick about that too. Clever little trick I pulled. So these are pre-ordered, right? So I ordered the GPU risers, 32 pieces. They come in sets of 6 from multiple sources, from China to Germany to wherever else. Haven't gotten them, haven't seen them in 2 months. So I found some overpriced GPU risers on Amazon. I mean, really overpriced, guys. It's like date rape, but worse. No, sorry, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't make fun of date rape. That's not funny, guys. No, I'm not gonna apologize, but yeah, it's a bad joke. But you get what I'm saying. It's bad. They're ripping you off really bad, and they'll be here tomorrow, and then I can hook up, you know, more cards. Now, I pre-ordered some more of these cards on Amazon, and Amazon didn't charge me until the pre-order is filled, and then they're like, you know, on location, on route to me. So when I got them, they were kind of expensive, but I said, you know, I'm just going to go with it. I don't want to miss this Ethereum train. It's going crazy. You know, let's get this going on. And so what happened was I canceled the orders when I thought that these couldn't be BIOS modded, because I was like, oh, I can't BIOS mod these things, so I don't want them. I'll get some other brand. Found out about the dual BIOS, and so I went back and I reordered the cards, and guess what? When I did the second order, exact same order, there were 100 euros less than what I paid initially. So I just basically got like a 400 euro discount on accident. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I'm going to go back and check again, because they're on pre-order again. If the price goes down again, what do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to cancel the order, then reorder at a lower price. I don't care if it's 50 euros. Yeah, money's money, baby. I'm going to keep it all. So anyway, that's where we are with this. Right now, the entire system with these 2 GPUs is running at 300 watts at the wall, which isn't too bad. Let me think. System's about 150. Yeah, about 100 watts each. System runs at about 150 watts, so these are running just under 100 watts actually. So that's actually not bad. I'm really upset now about these right here. You know, had I known about this, you know, the Gigabyte cards, I would have done that from the start. Anyway, got some stuff coming up. Might be working with someone out of Egypt on GPU mining. We will see how that goes. We're going to set up a farm there, hopefully. We're going to see how that goes, what we can do. Apparently, it's very difficult to set up there in Egypt, but if we can, we're about to turn this into a thing, baby. All right, this is man Abuamerican. I'm out.